Starting off in my business, and I'm sure that I am not alone. I heard all kinds of things. People would say to me, "You can't make money online," or building an online business is super hard. You're never going to see your family, or you're never going to make any money. And people would say, "Why would people want to hire you? What's going to make you stand out from everybody else?" So I heard all the things. And all of these were said to me when I was starting off on my online journey, and I heard them. Let me know if you heard anything like this starting off. People are just Debbie Downers. They just don't get the online business and they want you to get a real job. So tell me something that you have heard along your journey that people would say to you. So I heard these things, and these thoughts were processed into my conscious mind. And our conscious mind is the logical mind. And I could either agree with it or not. I get to choose in my conscious mind. Some of it I agreed with because I didn't have the self belief. I had doubts and I'd never done it before. And all of these comments really played on my fears. And those thoughts then got deposited into my subconscious mind and started to fester new beliefs about what I thought was possible. Over time, we start seeking out proof that what was said is true or not. And once we reinforce that belief, it moves through our body and we start taking action or inaction, depending on what we believe. Luckily for me, I didn't believe it. I knew money could be made online, and I had proof because of the people that I followed, and I was celebrating their wins, and I took courses and programs and saw people building their empires online. And it didn't have to be hard. They said, "Oh, it's going to be so hard." Well, it didn't have to be hard. Initially, it was a struggle because I had no clue how to go about building my online business. And I'd always worked for somebody else, so I didn't have to think about those things. It was just something, I would go to work, I did what I needed to do, and I would go home. I didn't have to think about running the business. So it was all new, and I had to really give myself permission to struggle in the beginning. People said I'd never see my family, and there was a lot of guilt in the beginning because I was so invested in making my business succeed. But I knew in the long run, once I had it up and running, that I could lean back a little bit and it wouldn't be so hard. And I could spend less time in the business and more time with my family. So my actions based on my beliefs about what was said could really keep me stuck or keep me going. I saw that it was possible. Others showed me it's evidence that it's possible. And these beliefs and these possibilities grew, and I didn't have proof. And a lot of times people hold themselves back because they need proof that it's possible. But sometimes we have to believe in things without proof. We have to believe in the possibilities. And we have evidence because we see other people doing it. Everything that we see around us was built by somebody who had the belief that it was possible. So my thoughts and my beliefs created the actions. So I got the results that I wanted or I didn't want. And that's our infinite power. It's our infinite superpower, controlling our thoughts and building our empowering beliefs and taking actions needed to create the success that you want in your life. Because I believed and I took action to grow my business, it kept going. I grew, I learned, and it all started to manifest towards the vision that I had for my life. And many times we don't realize any of this is taking place in our life. We just don't know. We just feel frustrated and annoyed that we aren't getting the results we don't want, and we don't really understand why. So think about a time that you started something that you knew would make a difference to your life, to yourself. It probably started off great, but over time, you didn't do it anymore. And you went back to the same old thing, getting the same old results. And then you wonder, what the hell happened? Your subconscious mind happened. And you didn't retrain it to align with the new goal and the new vision. and your new self-image of who you see yourself as. I have been guilty of this. So, quick story, I was on the pre-diabetic list in August of 2018. By January 2019, a few months later, I was off the watch list. I changed my habits. I changed, my eating, my workouts. I changed it all to get myself off that watch list because I didn't want to be diabetic. But by 2020, I was back on this watch list. I had a lot of horrible things happen to me, and I was back on the watch list. And willpower isn't enough. Willpower comes from your conscious mind, and it's not enough to keep you going. I had to retrain my subconscious mind to see myself differently, to see myself healthier and more fit. And by 2020, I was back to old eating habits and I wasn't working out as much. Consciously, 2020 was going to be a year of changes, but I looked at my history and I doubted that I could do it again and stick to it. So my results, again, went through my senses. I heard it. I heard myself saying these things, doubting myself, and seeing the poor results that I had gotten, and all this process through my conscious mind, filtering into my subconscious mind. And based on my actions, I got the negative results, being back on the watch list. And it happens over and over. Rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. There's always some area of our life that this just continues, and it's because of all the stories and the doubts and the fears that we have. So think about a time that has happened to you and share it in the comments.